for joining us again on the Marketing Resolution YouTube channel. If you haven't already, do us a favor, subscribe, ding the little bell so you get the notifications, and share these videos amongst yourselves and with our colleagues. I want to chat for a few minutes today with one of my colleagues from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. That's a long way from France. But Michael has agreed to spend a few minutes with us today and explain to us a little bit about what his practice looks like, who his clients are, etc. So welcome, Michael Russ. I really appreciate you spending your afternoon with me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay, great. So Michael, I was a little bit curious. Well, that's not true. I'm always curious, and more than a little bit, about the why. I'm always curious about why do people become mediators or arbitrators. I know that in my personal situation, I did not lay in bed at night as a little girl thinking, gosh, what I really want to be is a mediator when I grow up. And I'm assuming that that's, you know, your situation as well. So how did you end up in ADR?
Completely by accident. While I was in law school, I made the decision that I was not going to be first in my class. And so I said, if I'm not going to be first in my class, I'm going to have to do other things that's going to make me stand out or make me interesting to a potential employer. And so I had a friend who came up to me and said, hey, do you want to do this competition with me? And I said, sure. And then I stopped and thought, wait, I don't know what this competition is. Turns out it was a mediation competition. It was the American Bar Association's mediation advocacy competition. So we went in and we actually won the competition our first year of law school, which caused all sorts of problems logistically for the law school because they weren't expecting that a first-year student could ever win it. So after winning that competition, I realized maybe there was something here. If I was good at it, maybe I should look at it and see if I liked it. And I fell absolutely in love with mediation, took every class that I could in the ADR field while I was in law school. And then, you know, the longer story, everyone tells you that in order to actually do this as a living, you've got to be a litigator for 15 years, then run for judge, then retire from being a judge, and then you can do the job that you actually wanted to do 25 years ago. So I went out and started that career path, and within about a couple of years, I realized I was just completely unhappy going down the litigation field, and I say I was causing more problems that I was resolving. So, you know, I really took a hard look at where I was and ultimately found a way of leaving the private practice of law and doing conflict resolution full time. Excellent.
It's, you know, I don't want to diminish your personal story, but it's a story that I hear rather a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, so many of us start in law school, we take law school classes because we want to help people. Right. And by the time you're L3 or, you know, you're in a law firm, you realize that it's really about being a gladiator and not necessarily being as helpful as you thought you might be able to be. A lot of people really like the gladiator environment and are quite good at it. I know that, you know, for me, it's not a good fit. I'm a much better resolutionist than gladiator, and it sounds like that's your situation too.
Yes.
So in your practice, do you choose to have a specialty? Tell me about your practice that you've built.
So I actually am the executive director of a nonprofit mediation center. So we are both a court-connected and community mediation center. So I oversee about 45 volunteer mediators, and we do over 500 mediations a year just for our one county in Wisconsin. So very busy, but it's also a really great opportunity to help the people of Wisconsin.
So the center, your practice, there isn't a specialty. You're able to help anyone that comes through your doors, whether it's family and divorce, business to business. It doesn't make any difference. Everybody is welcome.
Yeah, we've done everything from multi-million-dollar business dissolutions down to a $17 landscaping bill and everything in between. So yeah, we do small claims cases, we do divorce cases, we do foreclosure, bankruptcy, special education, even our fastest growing area is restraining orders.
Oh, now that's a surprise to me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these aren't the scary restraining orders, but in Wisconsin, if you want your neighbor's dog to stop barking, you file a restraining order and ask a judge to order that the dog stop barking or something, or at least that the person control their dog. But so those are the cases that are absolutely ripe for mediation, and so the courts have started sending us those to mediate the restraining order and come up with a resolution that everyone can live with.
Fantastic, fantastic. So do the people that come into your office, are they represented by an advocate? Do they come in unrepresented? How do they come to you? Does it just vary case to case, or is there, I hate to use the word, is there a norm?
The vast majority come in without representation. We actually love it when they do have representation. It can help out in the process, but ultimately, no. I would say it's probably even to the magnitude of 85% come in without representation.
Fantastic. That's good. That's really good. So you've got 45 mediators that you supervise with all different kinds, I'm assuming all different kinds of backgrounds. They have lots of different experience that they can bring to the table, so that whatever someone's issue might be, you can find a right fit for them.
Yes. Yeah, and that's part of the fun of my job on a day-to-day basis, is figuring out, looking at the case and figuring out who's going to be the right fit, whether it's me or not me, to be the right fit for that case.
Fantastic. Now, on on your website, people can log on. They can learn about ADR in general, mediation, arbitration, you in particular, and find some resources so that they're in the greater Oshkosh area. They know who to call, correct?
Right. So mediationwcrc.org is our website. There is some basic information about mediation and what our center does. There's quite a bit of information because I'm one of, actually there's very few trainers of mediation in the state of Wisconsin, and I'm one of those. So there's a lot of information about trainings and upcoming events and trainings that we have both here at the center and elsewhere as well, because I do trainings for the center and I also do trainings for universities and other locations. So, and then now because of my trainings, I'm starting to get hired as a professional speaker. So that's kind of a new thing for me, but I've been really enjoying that and getting to take the mediation mindset outside of just training new mediators, but now talking about it in a greater context.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's for me, it's an easy thing to talk about when you love it.
Right. Absolutely.
It's harder to stop talking about it than the other way around, in fact, probably. So if it's all right with you, and I'm pretty sure your answer is going to be yes, I'm going to go ahead and put your website link in the description bar down below the video. And then people can click on it. They can find a training in the greater Oshkosh area and beyond. They can learn more about the center. They can learn more about you, and get some really good resources from your site. And if they have any questions, I'm sure that you're available. If they want to call the center, they can chat up and get some more answers, right?
Absolutely.
I was pretty confident you'd say that. All right. Well, Michael, Russ, thank you so much for your time today and explaining to me a little bit about the center that you've got there in Wisconsin. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome. And again, everybody, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.